It's hideous.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Box bites.
Alrighty, another day, another topic for the internet to get bent out of shape over for no reason. And if there's one thing that terminally online peeps love more than life itself, it is Shrek. What was meant to be a timely, fart-smelling jab at Disney became a subversive cinematic masterpiece that people consider iconic and timeless. Well, alright, he's changed a little bit with time. He could use a touch-up on his... everywhere. Many people thought that it was Ogre for DreamWorks' big icon, but after Puss in Boots: The Last Wish gave us a little hint of what might be coming up, alongside that movie's gangbuster success, it was pretty much confirmed that Onion Boy was coming out of retirement for another go-round. And what did DreamWorks decide to use as the public reintroduction to their first flagship franchise? TikTok and Instagram memes being viewed by a quartet of redesigns and a newly aged-up Ogrette, all paired with the franchise's iconic theme song to really get your nostalgia flowing. So of course the internet responded as usual by burning everything to the ground. Am I the only one that's like, fine with all this? I mean, yeah, at first glance the stills from this trailer look like those fake thumbnails that AI could cook up in seconds, but if this half a minute is going to be emblematic of what we can expect from Shrek's 5th outing, I still think it could work. Here, let's break this trailer down so I can hopefully reassure you all a little bit. So it starts off with Donkey doing the classic mirror on the wall bit, asking who the fairest of them all is, and it turns out to be Shrek. And before we jump into the infamous parts, I do want to compliment Magic Mirror's redesign here. He's got more chiseled facial features and a jawline that could cut diamond, fitting for his booming announcer voice and unmatched stage presence. I know the original design was meant to emulate Disney's mirror from Snow White, but this look gives him a lot more personality. The Chat Theater mask in all his glory, and I honestly love it. Then we cut to a Shrek version of social media, maybe Instagram? Where Shrek flips through a bunch of trending videos and pictures of him, including a poorly photoshopped spandex twerk, an AI-looking duck lips pic, and the version of Shrek that most superfans see in their dreams. Okay, I know that this kind of stuff immediately activates most people's gag reflex, and I know we just got over some instances of cringy executives pandering to the current gen, like that stupid influencer Smurf meme from the upcoming Smurfs movie. But I'm willing to give Shrek a pass here for two main reasons. Number one, the reason things like Influencer Smurf are such stupid ideas is because the Smurfs, from what I remember, was never supposed to be contemporary. It was always supposed to be a timeless little series about these fantastical creatures living in the woods and trying to survive. They never tried to have modern things like influencers or social media because it was never baked into the franchise's identity. Same can be said for franchises like Ice Age, for example. Shrek, on the other hand, has always been modern and pop culture heavy. There are references everywhere you look, from subtle to blatant. Movies like The Matrix, shows like Cops, food chains like Starbucks, pop songs like Funky Town and All Star. They straight up did American Idol on the Shrek 2 DVD bonus features. This is nothing out of the norm for Shrek. The only difference is that they're updating to keep up with the trends of the time. Now, do I think they should have opened with this? Probably not. It's been 15 years, and I doubt that the first new thing people wanted to see Shrek's face on was a self-aware reference to modern meme culture. But while I can see people getting a little disappointed with this reveal, I feel like the complete and utter outrage is completely unjustified. This is only a 30-second trailer showing off one of the things that Shrek is known for. The Shrek movies always come packed with contemporary references, but beneath the surface we always get evergreen stories and morals that stick with people for years. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Second, are you all forgetting that the last movie in the Shrek franchise was a freaking 10 out of 10? Last Wish was phenomenal. Story, animation, villains, heroes, everything. And guess what? It had some bad adverts too. Remember that trailer where they played All-Star for no reason and people cried, "Nostalgia pandering?" Yeah, bet they feel real silly now when the finished product came out and became a decade-defining masterpiece. Not to mention that the studio has been on a track record of perfection as of late, with releases like Bad Guys, Wild Robot, and Dogman. Sure, Kung Fu Panda 4 was a bit of a weak link, but they overall seem to know what they're doing with both new IPs and legacy properties. Am I guaranteeing that Shrek 5 is going to be a masterpiece? Of course not. But if you throw on your prescription and read the dang room a little, you'd see that losing faith over this few seconds is a bit of an overreaction. But what about the next few seconds? Well, alright, let's unpack this next. So Shrek and the gang got some new redesigns, and this was also a point of contention for most people. Usually when you redesign a character for a sequel or series, it's for one of three reasons. For ease of animation, to show the passage of time, or to better illustrate a certain theme or message you're going for in the new entry. Or you just don't care. I like to think that Shrek is going for a little bit of all three. First of all, ease of animation. I know a lot of people complain that the models look lower quality with less realism and details than before, but I don't see any issue with that. If you just look at how stylized and emotive the models are in their brief appearances, showing everything from fear to disgust to intrigue, you'd see that this type of design can do wonders for a character's expression of personality. Not to mention that it's likely putting less strain on the thankless animators who no longer have to render every liver spot hair on Shrek's shiny dome. They did a similar thing with Puss's model in Last Wish, giving him bigger, more expressive eyes, less detailed fur, a nicer hat, etc., and fans all agreed he looked fantastic. And don't even get me started with Kitty Softpaws. She just got a straight upgrade. It's like they took the painted storybook style of that movie and translated it to Shrek's usual style. I personally think that after the initial shock of the visual changes wear off, people will agree that these models will definitely benefit the movie more than hurt it. Second is the passage of time. Self-explanatory, it's been 15 years out of universe, and possibly in universe as well if we look at Shrek's daughter, so our old swamp mates are gonna look more grizzled and gray. Donkey looks a bit shaggier and possibly older. Shrek's got a few more wrinkles, especially around the eyes, and his brows look like they've grayed out a bit. The only one who looks almost identical is actually Fiona. Girl aged like fermented rat wine, jeez. But yeah, in many ways, you could definitely tell that they've shifted appearances in their older years. Heck, Shrek almost gives off vibes of his beta design before they rounded out his face, so in many ways he feels like even more of a fossil than he already is. And lastly, matching the theme. This is going to be the most questionable point I make since we have no clue what the fifth movie is going to be about, but I'm getting a bit of an idea when I look at Shrek's daughter. In Shrek 4, Shrek only had one daughter, which was Felicia, but her most defining feature compared to her brothers was her blue eyes. But this girl don't got no blue eyes. Those are clearly brown. My only guess is that maybe she's wearing some kind of colored contact lenses to try and hide her natural eyes. Why she would do that is anyone's guess, but maybe some people were making fun of her for it on social media, so she felt the need to cover up. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for people online to make really cruel comments about someone's appearance. This, paired with the more expressive designs and the TikTok cringe compilation making Shrek look like a buffoon, almost makes me think this movie's gonna have some kind of story about self-image, and how people judging you unfairly can lead to your confidence being demolished. That's honestly been a central theme to the whole franchise for years now, but they always either took it to the next level or in a different direction. Shrek being judged before anybody knew him was his main conflict in the first movie, alongside Fiona seeing herself as ugly when she transforms. Shrek 2 was very similar, but on a grander scale. Shrek hating being seen as a joke was central to the fourth movie before he realized what really mattered after his midlife crisis. Self-image, profiling, and accepting others for who they are were always at the core of Shrek's franchise identity. My only hope here is that they do something unique with it. Don't just add smartphones and memes and call it a day. Say something unique and profound using the tools you have and the time period you're in. That's what DreamWorks did with the other movies, and they turned out some amazing products. And again, the company's current track record has proven that they can turn seemingly doomed concepts into gold. So why should we think any differently in this case? And then we get an ending snippet which shows that Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, and Eddie Murphy will all be back for a new adventure, which we already knew. No Antonio Banderas for some reason though. I guess he's kind of implied to show up after Last Wish, or maybe his boat got caught in traffic or something and he'll only appear briefly near the end. I don't know. Also, no Cody Cameron as Pinocchio, but again, he'll probably just make a small appearance, so no use putting him up with the headliners. So yeah, that was the first Shrek 5 trailer. There's still a lot more stuff that needs revealing, like the overall story, the changes to the world, the status of other characters like Fergus, Farkle, and the Fairy Tale Gang, but for now, I don't think this trailer is cause for alarm. It's a bit shocking to see Shrek like this after over a decade of absence, but I think people are getting way too worked up over a movie that hasn't even gotten a chance to put its best foot forward yet. I'll keep an eye on the progress of this thing over the coming year, but until it comes out, what do you guys think? Am I right to give this trailer a chance, or do you agree with others that it's a big, stupid, ugly mistake? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I hope to see you all real soon.